Gonna do something I never done on the channel before, man. We're gonna pack in, 3 games as fast as we can, because today is Saturday, and you got 3 amazing games happening in the SEC. You got, number 11 Tennessee versus number 7 Alabama. You got number 8 LSU versus the Arkansas Razorbacks, and then you got, to me, the game of the week, number 1 Texas versus number 5 Georgia. So we're going to kick it off talking about the Alabama Crimson Tide versus the Tennessee Volunteers. We're going to start off with Tennessee. Tennessee, absolutely amazing defensive front. The defense is absolutely not bad whatsoever. But they came across the Arkansas team. They probably felt like they had nothing to lose. But an Arkansas team that is confident, an Arkansas team that believes that they can play with anybody in this conference and anybody in this country. They came to Donald Razorback Stadium. And they upset the number 4 team in the country at the time. Tennessee does have a talented quarterback in Nico. Okay, he can do it all. He can run it. He can pass it. He can make the next level throws that you need him to make. And we all know Alabama is not the Alabama that we're used to seeing. They're struggling with the run, and their secondary is not the greatest that like we see in the Drake Kirkpatricks, the Minka. I mean the Drakes, the Minkas. And all those guys, the Diggs, we're not seeing that right now from this Alabama defense in the secondary. So Tennessee may be able to exploit them through the passing game. But Tennessee does not really have anybody that can just absolutely burn you at the receiver position, in my opinion. But what Tennessee can do that Alabama is going to absolutely have to stop is stop that number 6, Dylan Sampson. The man has 118 carries for 699 yards with 15 touchdowns on the season. Alabama has struggled with running with the running game. They're not stout up front like they used to be. And this veteran offensive line and the Tennessee Volunteers is going to give Alabama all that they want. You let Tennessee get started running the ball, it's going to be hard to stop them. Sampson is the best back in the SEC. I at one point I was saying Jaquinton Jackson, but he's staying banged up. But this guy Sampson is giving it to you every single game. Okay, so let's flip side. Let's talk about Alabama and that offense. Alabama offense has not been flowing the way it needs to flow. Milroe is playing about as good as you can play. 1,400 yards, 12 TDs, and only 4 interceptions. But he's also killing it on the ground. Okay, Milroe, they call a lot of quarterback draws, a lot of quarterback runs. And Milroe throws one of the best deep balls that you will see thrown today. Okay, we all know about the talented freshman on the outside, number 2 Williams. He's best of the best. He can do it all. He can run past you. He can make you miss. He can stop on a dime. He does it all. And what Tennessee's going to have to do, their secondary has not been tested for real. Yeah, Arkansas has Armstrong, but nobody has tested this Tennessee secondary the way Alabama should be able to test them with Williams and this arm of Jalen Milroe. So it's a lot that's going to play into this game. A lot of folks maybe picking Tennessee, but I don't know. I want to roll with Bama in this game for the simple fact I think Milroe is going to outplay Nico. I do. I think this defensive front for Tennessee is going to give this Alabama offensive line all that they can handle. But I just think somehow, some way, the Tide are going to find a way to win this ball game. Next, let's jump over to the game of the week to me, and this is going to be Texas, Georgia. I see a lot of people thinking this game is not going to be as close because the way Georgia has played Kentucky, the way Georgia played against Alabama. This game is absolutely going to be closer than a lot of people think. I will even go to say Georgia can win this ball game. Okay, yeah, we got Quinn Ewers at the quarterback position. He's a little rusty. He hasn't played ball in over a month. He came back and he did not look the greatest. Okay, we understand you sit out ball for a while. You ain't really doing much. You're going to come back a little rusty. But we all know you get your feet back where you get your feet going and boom, you can get back on the roll. But will he be able to get back on the roll against a Georgia, a Kirby Smart Georgia defense? We all know at the end of the year they've been struggling. Okay, it's not the Georgia team that we've seen the last previous years. But at the end of the day, this is still Georgia. This is still Kirby Smart that we're talking about. So this defensive front It's still one of the best in the country. We can't act like it's not. Kirby Smart, still one of the best defensive-minded coach out there, and he's gonna have this team ready to play against a Texas offense that is absolutely cooking. Okay, let's talk about that Texas offense. You got Quinn Ewers, as I said before, and you got the talented Isaiah Bond out there, receiver. You line them up with whoever on the defensive side. You can about count at Christmas. Okay, this guy Isaiah Bond came from Alabama, went to Texas. And now he is helping this Texas team, which is 6-0, helping them. Okay? You got Quinn Ewers go down. You got another talented quarterback and got doggone me, Arch Manning. Yeah, a Manning. Man, there's just so much the Texas team just cannot miss on. But it's just the same time, I don't know if I can pick against this Kirby Smart Georgia defense. I just don't know if I can. I don't know if I can pick against it. And then let's go to the offensive side. Yeah, you got Carson Beck. Carson has struggled, but Carson has also put up yards. He has 1,800 yards. He has 15 TDs. He has 5 interceptions. Yeah, Beck has been rattled a little bit. Beck has not been playing the best that Beck should play, but Beck will give you yards. Beck will give you a shot, and Beck is not afraid to put it in the air. All right, he's not afraid to. We all know Quinn Ewers not either, but Quinn Ewers has not been healthy. Quinn Ewers is not the Quinn Ewers we've seen early on in the season. He got hurt. He sat out. He's been rusty. Okay. Now this Texas defense is just it's out the world. Top 5 easily. I mean, all around the board. Defensive line, linebackers, cornerbacks, safeties. This Texas defense is absolutely immaculate. Okay, but it's not going to be a blowout. I do think Georgia will pull this one off, maybe by, I'm going to say 5 points. I think Georgia win this 5 points. I'm going with the Georgia Bulldogs versus the number 1 Texas Longhorns. And last but not least, we're going to talk about my Hogs versus the number 8 LSU Tigers. We got LSU, who just won a banger against Ole Miss. Okay, won it against Ole Miss. That game could have went either way. You got quarterback Nussmeier, 1,900 yards, almost 2,000 yards passing, 18 TDs with 6 interceptions. The guy at quarterback will put it on the rope. The guy at quarterback is not afraid to put on the dime, to put on the line, and to put it in tight windows. He's not afraid. Only 6 interceptions. I mean, I know you see it, but if you see how many times he's thrown the ball, you're like, okay, only 6, cool. And that comes from him not being afraid to put this ball in tight windows. So you're going to have to be able to get a pass rush. But that's the thing. This quarterback has only been sacked like 2 or 3 times. This offensive line that we have, that LSU has, is amazing. Only been sacked twice, 2, 3 times. It's going to be something for Arkansas to do on the defensive side is get a pass rush. You have to get a pass rush if you're going to beat the LSU Tigers. Okay, they got a freshman running back in Durham, if I'm not mistaken. He's not a bad back. A freshman, and he's making it happen. Okay? Then we got to be able to make sure that we can stop Lacey on the defensive side. Lacey cannot get going. They got a few other receivers out, and those receivers are not, nothing to play with. You cannot let them guys make you look silly in the secondary. We got a Travis Williams team that is well coached. Travis Williams team that has not been burnt. And besides when they make mistakes, because they've may try to be greedy. They may try to put all of it in their hands. We can't allow that to happen. We got to be able to play disciplined football. We have to be able to do our assignments, be in our positions, so we don't let Nussmeier and these receivers like Lacey go crazy on us. Because if we can stop that, we have been doing a good job with the run defense early on. We can't let it affect us later on in the game. When third and fourth quarter comes, when it absolutely matters, we can't allow them to start running the ball. So we can get a pass rush with the defensive line. We can get to Nussmeier. We cannot let Lacey get hot. He's going to get some. He's going to get his because he's a good ball player. Good ball players, you're not going to stop them, but you can only hope to contain them. And they got 2 edge rushers for this LSU team, flipping to Arkansas offense. We got to stop them 2 edge rushers. These guys are going to play on Sundays. Absolutely. You can write it down, and you can write a check and cash to the bank. It's going to go through. That's how good these guys are on this defensive front. You got the 2 ends. They're fast. They can bull rush you. And Arkansas has kind of struggled with the little fast guys on defensive end. But we have to do a good job. Carmona, Blackstock, and all the guys up front, we have to do a good job of trying to keep Taylor Green clean. Okay? Speaking of Taylor Green Taylor, bone bruise, right? Bone bruise, and we don't know if he's going to be healthy. Is Taylor Green going to be 100%? Can Taylor Green move the way he needs to move? Can Taylor Green get outside of the pocket to complete passes? That's going to matter in this game because Taylor Green is best when he's able to use his legs and create plays. But also, Taylor Green can use his legs to make plays, meaning he can get outside the pocket and run for 15, 20 yards. Can Taylor Green do that? If we have to rely on the freshman Malachi Singleton, can Arkansas win this game with this freshman? Yes, he came in and he played, the last half of the game pretty flawless. He went 3 for 4, scored the game with a touchdown, completed some passes to Isaiah, and boom, the Hogs walk out with a win. But can we put this much weight? Can we put the boot in the hand of our freshman Malachi Singleton? I don't know if he's ready for that. Jaquindon Jackson has to stay healthy. We have to be able to run the ball, but we do have a running back, freshman. I'm talking about a true freshman in Braylon Russell, who will give you all that you want. We're looking good at the running back position for Arkansas. This guy is a bruiser. This guy has vision. This guy can make you miss or run you flat over. Man, this game could go either way. And LSU has to stop that bad boy Armstrong. 38 receptions, 552 yards. Jackson has 99 carries, 566 yards. He has 10 TDs. Armstrong is waiting for a touchdown. Armstrong is due for a touchdown and might be today. So, with that being said, I got to go with them Hogs, baby. This game with Arkansas and LSU has been caused by 3 points the last 4 years. Hey, Hogs by 7. Hogs by 7, baby. Hogs pull this one off. Hogs bringing back the boot to Arkansas. And hey, Arkansas gonna be ranked after this one. Mark my words. So, Alabama, Tennessee, I'm rolling with Alabama. LSU, Arkansas, I'm rolling with them Hogs. And number 1, Texas versus Georgia. Whoo! I'm rolling with them Georgia Bulldogs, baby.